Hi, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is Reels with Nikki. I'm Nikki Ogama. Welcome. Karibuni sana. For the people who have been here, thank you so much for coming back. For the people who are new here, karibuni. We like new people. The more the merrier, in fact. So, if you've watched part 1, then you have a rough idea of where I've been since I stopped posting videos. But if you haven't, you should actually go back there. But anyway, all in all, let's jump into 2022. 2022, as I started from the last video, was my year. By the way, it was my year. I'm not gonna lie, it was an amazing year. So, tulienda camp. I went to Kisumu, like on 30th. I was in Kisumu on the 30th, and then we slept over from 30th to 31st. Your 31st ndo nikaenda. Now the hotel we were called We Got tulienda now on the 31st. On the 31st we went, did the registration. Oh my gosh, your process ilikuwa mrefu. Sheesh. It was too long, too slow. We took the whole day to register all the people who had come for the camp, the whole day. All this time nazunguka tu nikimit watu, nikijuana na watu, but obviously, as I mentioned in the first video, I am not the most talkative. Okay, I'm talkative if I know the person, but if I don't know that person, I'm not comfortable. That means I'm going to be very conservative. Yani nitakuwa quiet, nitakuwa shy, nitakuwa nacheka tu watu wakicrack jokes, but generally I'll not be the most, bubbly person I am. I am a very bubbly person, by the way, just putting it out there. Anywho, so on the 31st tukaenda, finally jioni kafika, tukapatiwa the first briefing. We were introduced to all our teachers. So mimi nilienda ka vocalist, I think I mentioned that. So the other people who went as instrumentalists and dancers, we were all introduced to who the teachers are going to be. So we got to know who our teachers are, we got to know what is what, the timings for everything. So tukaambiwa twende supper for the first time, tukaenda supper. Then we went back, sasa tukapatiwa rooms. So mind you, we were so many that hatungelala we got sisi wote. We were divided into I think 2 or 3 hotels. It was not hectic for me because mimi nilikuwa nalala kwa the same hotel where we were to do the classes and all that from. So tukapewa rooms. After kupewa rooms, now it was time to say goodbye to my mom because she's the one who took me to Kisumu. Me by then I never knew my mom could get emotional. That was the first time that I realized kumbe si mimi peke yangu nakuanga emotional, because she felt bad akiniacha huko. But for me it was mixed emotion, kiasi, bittersweet, because I was like, ndakwa in place for the next 2 weeks. But then again, I've never been away from home, so it was kind of scary. I'm not gonna say I didn't like, I loved it, but kuna vitu zingine zilikuwa challenging. Wacha nikwambie. So day 1, the 1st of February, tuliamka asubuhi, tunaambiwa by 6 you're supposed to be in a certain hall doing aerobics. Wacha nikwambie, before that sikuwa najua aerobics ni nini. I just knew I liked working out. Wacha tufike huko tupate aerobics ni kurukaruka. So me, I like the weightlifting aspect, the ab workouts, the using of machines in terms of workout. Ikifika kwa hizo stories za kurukaruka, my friend, I am not in, I am out kabisa. In fact, ilifanya nikajua vitu sipendi in terms of working out. So yeah, every morning 6 to 7 was aerobics. From 7 to, or between 7 and 8, kuliko make sure umeenda ukaoga, umerudi ukakula breakfast, 8 classes zinaanza. Wacha nikwambie venye hao watu wenye walikuwa nalala kwa hoteli zingine, kwanza walikuwa wakuje hii hoteli yetu, wakuje aerobics, after aerobics twende to join kwa bafu zetu, tuoge, tumalize kuoga. It was hectic by the mornings were very hectic. But all in all, ilikuwa interesting because I ended up meeting people I'm hella sure that I wouldn't have met on a normal day. So we did that every day. I don't think kuna siku atukufanya hizo the same routine every day in the morning. So Kenya nilikuja kurealize hii yote was so that at least tukue alert during class. but sitadanganya, kuna times nilikuwa na feel tu nimechoka. Also because it got to a point where we were doing a lot of activities and we were sleeping late because we were writing songs. So kama ni perfectionist kama mimi, you'd understand that when you're writing a song, you want a song that will live longer than you. You don't want a song that ina hit leo kesho imeisha, ama ina hit leo, you give it a week. Unaona venye tunapatianga KOT a couple of days and after that your story yao imedie. Basically I don't want a song like that. So mimi nilikuwa nataka song enye hata nikatoa inaweza make sense that will live longer than myself. So nilikuwa nashinda nimechange lyrics. So kulala was nilikuwa nalala kitu inaelekea huko saa 7 saa 8 huko, and by 6 I'm supposed to be in aerobics. So ilifika point by then nilikuwa na survive on no sleep. So being the musician I am, if you're in Nairobi, you know, watu wakikutana na magitars pale KNT or anywhere, they sing along to all Sauti Sol songs and all the songs that you possibly know have been souls and nani mnakutana mna jam. So that's what really happened for most of the first days. We jammed along to a lot of songs. By the time ilikuwa inafika I think day 5 ama day 4 hapo sikuwa na sauti. Nilikuwa naimba na sauti sio yangu, but at the end of the day I did what took me there. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed every minute of it. It got to a point where kwa vocalists tuliambiwa we will be put into groups, and we were. So how this worked, you would go in front of all your people and you would sing your song. So mmekuwa in groups of 4, wengine walikuwa 5, wengine walikuwa 3. So group yetu particularly ilikuwa group of 3. Then after some time there's a lady who came in and akaekwa kwa group yetu. May I feel like she was an amazing addition, because I don't think party yangu inge sound venye ili sound kama hangekuwa, but I love everything that happened during that period. Tulimaliza, that song is called Kigeroa. You can find it on YouTube kwa hii channel inaitwa PPMC TV. The song is called Kigeroa by Nilaka Band. Nimesahau hiyo jina ya band wengine, but yeah, ukitafuta tu Nilaka Band Kigeroa you will find the song. So I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed every minute of that particular camp. I liked being around people. It was enjoyable. Your time mlikuwa mnaweza pata mnakaa tu mnaanza kuimba wimbo zenye hata mjui zimetoka wapi. Like it was just fun to be around people who are singing, people who do music as a career. Like wachana na venye mimi nilikuwa naweza kaa kwa nyumba nisikize music and I sing along and I call myself msanii. So huku kulikuwa na watu wenye at least walikuwa actually wasanii. It was interesting to learn from them, and also them to learn from mimi mwenye hata the things I thought I knew were minimal. So I came back to Nairobi, everything went back to zero kwa sababu nimetoka camp where vitu ziko upbeat, kila siku niko na activity, and now I come back home and all I knew is that I don't have much to do. So nikirudi home, I don't know if I had some activities that I joined, but what I know is that in May, wacha ni fast forward to, in May I went, niliitwa na watu wa PPMC, and they had chosen our song to be one of the songs to be sung for Madaraka Day. By the year siku nilikuwa na feel nikana tembea kwa clouds. I'm not gonna lie. It was an amazing feeling to know that that song we did in the camp was one of the songs that were going to be played kwa hiyo siku ya Madaraka Day. So what I didn't know was how stressful or challenging that ordeal, your practice was going to be. It began on the 13th of May and it ended obviously on the 31st of May. So it was fun. By the way, at first ilikuwa boring kwa sababu you are going to practice and the only song you are practicing is the same song. So if ukienda kwa PPMC TV, you'll find that Kigeroa song. So I want you to imagine singing the same song every single day. Every single day. Na kama uko na part moja, obviously that's the same thing you're going to sing for all those days yenye nimesema, from the 13th to the 31st of May. It was ilikuwa tu, at first it was boring, but gradually tukaanza kuvibe na songs za watu wengine, and for me it was a vibe. Mi nilienjoy. I met some people, some new people, some people I already knew, tuka vibe some more kwa sababu some songs from Kisumu were picked. Okay, so kwa hizi camps, Kisumu was not the only camp that was there. Kulikuwa na LD na kulikuwa na Kakamega. So some songs were from LD, some songs were from Kakamega, some songs were from Kisumu. So it was enjoyable kwa sababu we actually ended up vibing to songs za Kakamega, songs za LD. And mind you, hata hao walikuwa na gala, which means hii gala ilikuwa tungekuwa tumeiwatch online because it was streamed online. Even ours was streamed online. But anyway, all in all, all I'm going to say about that, yani, nitawaambia tu, if there are any questions you have about this story I'm telling, just comment down below, muulize hizo maswali. But all in all, nitairap up na niseme Madaraka Day was an experience. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, other than that same year, I joined, I think, a mentorship program where I was able to, we were taught how to mentor young girls with disabilities. That was an interesting ordeal. Nitasema it was my first time being in front of mentors who want us to work with a particular group of people, and it was different for me because this was the first time I was going to be dealing with people with different disabilities. Before that, sikuwahi kwa nimedeal ama kumit na wase over different disability. The people with disability that I had met were all visually impaired. So I didn't have any contact or sikuwa nimewahi meet or converse with anyone from any other disability. So this gave me that opportunity. So we did all this under an organization called the Action Foundation, where we learned about different stuff about, tulifanya SRHR, tulifanya GBV. Yeah, we learned also about GBV and how to handle children who have gone through all this. So it was not easy, it was not hard. Sitasema ilikuwa hapo katikati, because to some extent ilikuwa fun because it was for me a new experience. But everything I do for me is fun because it's a new experience, not because watu ni usema you do it because it's a dream. This being on YouTube for me was maybe has been a dream for quite some time kwa sababu people do it and I'm like, that is so impossible. Hizi vitu zingine I did because I wanted to experience. I wanted to know how it is to be able to work with different types of people, and I wanted to push my limits, to just know by the way nakuanga na limits and stuff like that. So technically after that, I think I joined a modeling school. So history modeling, what we did, we got there, and they were teaching us. They were teaching us about aesthetics, branding, and the whole shebang. So in modeling, obviously, how we were taught, it was not all about the heels. It was also about how you looked, how you felt, how you talked, how basically the whole package, what brands you as you. Niliendelea nayo until the end of 2022, nikamaliza. So what I'm going to say about that is it was a great experience. At the same time, kuna tu vitu zikunibamba, but siwezi sema if I was to get an opportunity to do modeling today, I would not cut it out because that's another experience. I love experiences. So this is 2022. Mimi nikafikiria itaisha tu hivyo. Then PPMC called me up on a day that tulikuwa class. Now we were talking about businesses. I was to start my own business at the time. And these people call me and they tell me, we need you in PPMC by 6:30 p.m. I was just like, okay. Hata sikuuliza kufanya, nilisema tu sawa. So during his class, my thoughts were just on PPMC wameniita, or say PPMC wameniita, like for real. And then afterwards nikaenda nikakula chipo kwa hiyo that place tulikuwa KNT kuna kuangana place inaitwa I think Wasani restaurant, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So nikaenda huko nikakula chipo, nikatoka nikaenda PPMC. So kufika PPMC already a friend of mine alikuwa huko. So in this particular project I got to work with celebrities, Kenyan celebrities. This is something I have never experienced, I'm not gonna lie. Sijawai work na celebrities before this day. So nikaenda huko, I got there. Typically celebrities wako wamefika. So I was the only person there, na producer. So how this song was, it was already written, so mimi kama vocalist, all I had to do is listen and sing. So nichague part yenye mimi nitaimba. So there were parts that had been chosen for the celebrities already, alafu mimi nikafika nikasema okay, I can sing this, I can sing this, I can sing this. So that's what we did. Tukafika tukarecord. I think tulitoka huko 3 a.m. the next morning. And okay, the hectic part about all this is that nilitoka huko 3 a.m. alafu naambiwa wait, we will call you. It was stressful kwa sababu guy kuchoka, nilikuwa nimechoka. But then mimi napenda usingizi, in case sija mention, ninapenda usingizi. So now I'm sleeping ile 50-50 cause sijui kawa watani call. Nilikuwa na behave nika simu yangu haina volume. But anyway, apart from the fact that I was waiting for a call from those PPMC people, I also was going for vocal training. The next day nilikuwa na vocal training. I had 15 million reasons to tell that teacher by the way sikuji. But ikafika point nikasema, you know, Beyonce didn't become Beyonce overnight, so wacha tuende tu vocal training. That's the only thing I could tell myself. Ndo nijitoe kwa hiyo kitanda. And I did. Nikaenda vocal training. Uzuri nikafika huko nikaambiwa okay, we won't be needed for quite some time, so nikae tu home. So I finished my vocal training, I came back home, nikaanza kungoja. I started the waiting process. So hiyo waiting process haikuwa hard kwa sababu nilikuwa nimechoka, so I was sleeping. I was with a friend of mine as well, so yet tulikuwa tuna vibe. So we were doing things like singing, we were watching videos. She actually introduced me to a song that I love till date. Sasa hivi, by the way, big up to vijana barubaru, jumi hiyo song naipenda. Alafu kuna ingine nimetoka this year, sijui kama umesikia, Mpenzi New Year. I love that song. Sheesh. Anyway, I won't say much about that, but yeah, she's the one who introduced me to that. So I ended up nilisikia song mpaka ikaanza kumbuka. So I listened to it on repeat until I knew all the lyrics. So and she introduced me to Netflix. So Netflix nikaanza kuwatch 2 videos random. Not videos, sorry. Videos, movies. So I started with Christmas movies for some reason, and then nikaenda to those other movies. It was a great experience kwa sababu before that I had never watched a movie with something called audio description. So audio description is when you're watching a movie, kuna ile part yenye usually movie menyamaza, there's no one talking, there's no one doing anything, but obviously there's something visual happening in that video that I personally cannot see. So that's the part where this audio description, do I call them audio description person? Yeah, audio description person talks and says something to define whatever is happening at that point. So that was my first experience ku watch movie yenye iko hivyo, na because at first I was like mimi nikawatch kitu kayo itanibo, but it was not bad. Sisi sema ilikuwa mbaya. It was a great experience, and mpaka leo bado mi watch Netflix, but not as often as I used to, kwa sababu also una watching in Netflix na a point it's not as fun anymore. But all in all, 2022 was an amazing year. I got to work with people I didn't think I'd ever work with. Wacha tuingie 2023 kidogo tu kwa sababu I feel like there's not much I did in 2023. 2023 began hivyo. First of all, I felt like it was a bad year kwa sababu nilishtukia tu 2023 imefika huko na sikufanya countdown, sikufanya kitu, nilishtukia literally ni midnight. So 2023 I got an opportunity to go to Strathmore. Apart from that, By the way, sijui nilifanya nini 2023, and mind you 2023 nikaa juzi. It's the year I should remember everything, but in case I do and it comes up as a story time, I will let you know. But for all of y'all who've kept it real till now, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much. Mob love, peace and happiness. But before we go to funga video, please share, like, put for me a thumbs up, tafadhali, please, and subscribe. And for all those who want content about persons with disabilities, specifically blind people, when you wanataka to watch about more blind videos, because that's the kind of content I'll be making here. I'm doing advocacy, or rather let's call it sensitization, on blindness and how I would live my life as a blind person, because I am blind. And so this is a lifestyle channel, but itakuwa mainly about me. You will not see me doing interviews or anything of the sort. But thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Mob love, peace and happiness.